The story begins with a car racer named Sonny Hayes, who is currently in the middle of a high-speed race. One of his rival teammates overtakes him, so Sonny has no choice but to push harder and retake the lead. Without even touching the brakes, he keeps pushing his car forward. Watching this, his team grows nervous. But this reckless, daring style is exactly what defines Sonny Hayes. With sheer speed and control, he puts his team back in the lead. He even tells his fellow driver, "Don't let this lead slip away." In the end, they win the race. But Sonny has one strange habit. He never touches the trophies. For him, it's always about the money. As soon as he collects his payment, he walks away. This team had only hired him for a one-race deal, and now that the deal is done, so is he. Later, while sitting in a small laundromat, Sonny is approached by an old friend, Ruben, the owner of an F1 team. But right now, Ruben's team is drowning in $300 million worth of losses. They're at the very bottom of the standings. And if, out of the 9 remaining races, they don't win at least one, the board will shut them down and put the team up for sale. That's why Ruben has come looking for Sonny, but Sonny isn't interested. Ruben tries to convince him, reminding him that Sonny has years of experience while his other driver is just a rookie. Together, Ruben insists, they could make a great team. After pleading and persuading, he finally leaves flight tickets behind, hoping Sonny will reconsider. The story shifts to Ruben's rookie driver, Joshua Pierce, who is busy practicing his laps on the track. Once he finishes, the team begins inspecting the car, searching for flaws and improvements. The technical director, Kate, asks Joshua for his input. But despite being the driver, Joshua can't give any useful feedback. Later, Joshua's manager pulls him aside and warns him that if the team is sold off, his career could be over before it even begins. At that very moment, Sonny Hayes walks in. Ruben is overjoyed, but the rest of the team looks puzzled. Ruben announces that Sonny is here for a trial run, but no one likes the idea, not even the team principal. Sonny simply says, "Fine, give me Joshua's lap time as my target. If I'm even 1 second slower, I'll walk out on my own." Sonny studies every detail of the lap and the car, then heads out onto the track. The crew starts placing bets, curious about how he'll perform. But as soon as he starts, Sonny's car spins out. He quickly straightens it and restarts his lap. At first, he struggles to control the car and actually runs slower than Joshua. But in the final section, he pushes harder. Suddenly, the car slams straight into the barrier. Everyone rushes to check on him, but Sonny, calm and collected, immediately points out all the flaws in the car's setup. And when his lap time is revealed, he is actually finished 500 milliseconds faster than Joshua's benchmark. The focus shifts back to Joshua. His manager advises him to boost his public image and fan engagement. At home, Joshua vents to his mother, saying that if the team doesn't start winning, his Formula One seat will be in jeopardy. To make things worse, some old guy has now joined the team. Meanwhile, news spreads, Sonny Hayes is returning to Formula One. His career had ended 30 years ago after a devastating accident. He made a comeback 10 years later, but nothing worked out. At one point, he even worked as a cab driver in New York City. And now, he's joining a team that has never once finished in the top 10 in its entire history. Soon after, a press conference is held with both Sonny and Joshua. Joshua, dripping with sarcasm, tells the media, "Our team is now giving opportunities to old men." The reporters then turn to Sonny, asking about his personal life, how he once lived as a gambler, and how he has been married 3 times, none of which lasted. The first race finally arrives. Sonny reaches the track before Joshua. Meanwhile, Joshua's mother insists he apologize to Sonny for his press conference remarks. Reluctantly, Joshua gives him a forced apology. Both Ruben and Sonny are nervous. Just before the race begins, Ruben introduces Sonny to an investor named Peter Banning, the only board member who genuinely wants the team to succeed. The race begins. As Sonny sits in his car, he questions himself. What am I even doing here? During the formation lap, when drivers warm up their tires, Sonny doesn't move forward. Commentators quickly notice, saying he must be out of touch and doesn't understand the car anymore. But then, suddenly, Sonny accelerates. He lines up last on the grid, and everyone realizes it was a trick. His tires are now hotter than everyone else's, giving him the advantage. Sonny starts overtaking one car after another. He even passes a Red Bull. But once their tires heat up too, they reclaim their positions. Meanwhile, Joshua pits, taking 7 seconds. When Sonny pits, his stop takes even longer, over 9 seconds. Now, both teammates are running close to each other. Joshua radios the crew, demanding Sonny let him pass, but Sonny refuses. Soon, the two are fighting each other. Watching from the pit wall, Ruben loses his temper, and in the chaos, Sonny and Joshua collide. Both cars are out of the race. Joshua storms back in anger, furious with the team. But Sonny calmly tells him, "Mistakes happen. This time, it was yours." He also warns the team principal, "Don't ever order me to give up my position again." Later, Joshua tries confronting Sonny again, but when he sees the cameras, he forces a smile for the media. Sonny looks at him and says, "What exactly have you done to be flashing your teeth like that? None of the other drivers out there respect us." Afterwards, Sonny heads for an ice bath. Ruben, still angry, lashes out at him, already regretting his decision to bring him in. In response, Sonny asks about Kate, the first female technical director in Formula One. Ruben replies, "She's not the kind who's going to fall for your tricks, Sonny." So Sonny goes straight to Kate himself and asks her the same question. "How did you manage to make it this far?" Kate already knows Ruben warned her about him. But Sonny skips the small talk and gets straight to the point. "We can't beat other teams on the straights. Our only chance is in the turns. That's why I want this car redesigned immediately." Kate replies sharply, "I'll listen to you only after you finish a race." What follows is a contrast between the two drivers. Joshua practicing with high-tech simulations, while Sonny relies on natural instinct and old-school methods. Their lifestyles couldn't be more different. Slowly, Joshua begins studying Sonny, watching who he used to be and how he trains. The next race day arrives. Joshua tells Sonny, "Maybe today we'll race properly. No heroics." But once again, as the race starts, Sonny and Joshua find themselves battling each other. Then, Sonny suffers a tire puncture. He suggests switching to soft tires. The team refuses, warning that in this heat the softs won't last. So Sonny simply refuses to push forward. The team principal yells at him, but in the end, they have no choice but to follow his call. Sonny switches to softs and gets back out. Then he deliberately bumps his car's front wing against another, forcing a safety car onto the track. This slows everyone down. Sonny returns to the pits and gets his wing replaced. Then he does the same trick again. Another collision, another safety car. This time, his risky move ends up helping Joshua. Sonny radios in, "Tell Joshua to keep pushing. Tell him to save his tires." Joshua is running in 10th place. Then Sonny deliberately crashes his car into the banners, bringing out a third safety car. This gives Joshua the perfect chance to change his tires. If his pit stop is under 3 seconds, he can hold on to 10th place. And it works. Joshua exits the pit still in 10th. For the first time in history, Ruben's team finishes inside the top 10. Everyone celebrates, but Sonny turns to Joshua and says, "Don't get too excited about finishing 10th. Sonny reminds Kate about their deal, and this time she actually begins working on his advice. The story then takes us to the Italian Grand Prix. Sonny's strategy is similar to before. Everyone's eyes will be on me, on my reckless driving. That way Joshua will be the one to win us this race. The race begins. Using different tactics, Sonny helps Joshua climb up positions. His main target today is Max Verstappen. Sonny slows him down strategically, allowing Joshua to rise all the way to P4. But then the weather turns. Rain begins to pour on the track. Drivers now need to switch to wet weather tires, but Joshua stays out and soon pushes himself up to P2. So Sonny sets his sights on Verstappen again, planning to hold him back long enough to push Joshua into P1. Out of the pit stop, Sonny comes out ahead of Verstappen and deliberately slows him down. But by the rules, he must eventually let Verstappen pass. Joshua arrives right behind them, and Sonny sets him up for the perfect overtake. He tells Joshua, "Wait for the straight. Be patient." But Joshua doesn't listen. He rushes the move too early. Because of that, he crashes in a violent, terrifying accident. Sonny immediately stops his own car, rushes to Joshua's flaming wreck, and pulls him out. Joshua is rushed to the hospital. His mother confronts Sonny, furious. "Why did you push my son to take such a deadly risk? He could have lost his life." She refuses to hear any explanation and warns him never to let it happen again. Sonny then faces the media, where reporters hurl accusations, blaming him for Joshua's accident. Meanwhile, Joshua, watching from home, knows he'll be sidelined for the next 3 races. In the meantime, Kate begins making new modifications to the car. Sonny rallies the crew, preparing them for what he calls Plan C combat. In the next race, Sonny finishes P9. After that, he climbs to P7. During this time, Joshua continues recovering. The crew works harder than ever, and soon, Sonny manages to finish P5. But Joshua, instead of being inspired, grows jealous. 3 races later, he finally returns. Before the race, he watches fans cheering for Sonny, and envy burns inside him. On the track, Joshua pushes aggressively, chasing Sonny. Then, in a reckless move, he collides with him, knocking Sonny out of the race. Everyone is furious. Even Sonny loses his temper. He shouts at Joshua, "Don't you ever pull something like that again. If you want to destroy your career, go ahead. I've seen thousands of so-called talents like you come and go, but don't you dare betray Ruben, and don't you dare betray this team." Kate watches all of this unfold. Afterward, everyone heads to Las Vegas. Sonny and Joshua both receive invitation cards. It turns out Kate intentionally called them there. She tells them, "We'll all be out on the streets if you two don't pull off a miracle." Kate decides to settle who their #1 driver will be by playing a game of poker. While playing, she asks Sonny and Joshua to open up about their problems with each other. Sonny advises Joshua to leave social media and his phone behind and focus only on driving. Joshua ends up winning the game and walks off to attend a sponsor's party. After he leaves, Sonny flirts with Kate, but she shuts him down, saying she'd never do that with a teammate, especially since he just lost. That's when Sonny reveals his cards. He had actually won. Later that night, Sonny wakes up from a nightmare about his accident. He and Kate step out onto the balcony and talk. Sonny opens up about his past. "When I was younger, I was lightning fast. I was going to be the next Formula 1 champion. But then one crash changed everything. I lost it all, even my love for racing. Eventually, I started driving again. Any car I got my hands on, I would drive. And in those moments, I felt happy. Back then, while racing, there were moments where time slowed down. My heartbeat would calm. Everything became crystal clear. Now I'm searching for that feeling again. I don't know when it will come back, but I want to experience it once more." Just then, Ruben shows up. He asks Kate about Sonny, knowing he's inside. Ruben reveals that F1 directors received a tip that the modifications made to their cars violated the rules. Someone inside the team had leaked their secrets. Because of that, their cars are now under review and they'll be forced to race with the old ones. Ruben is furious, insisting they hadn't broken any rules. Everything had been pre-approved. The race begins, and everything is stacked against them. Sonny doesn't even have his lucky cards with him. He starts driving recklessly, ignoring the crew's instructions. And because of his careless speed, Sonny gets into a brutal accident. At the hospital, Ruben comes to see him and asks, "Why do we even play this sport?" He then shows Sonny his medical reports. Sonny has a fractured neck, and due to a severe head injury, he risks vision loss, paralysis, or even death. But these aren't new findings. These reports are from 30 years ago, meaning he should never have been racing again in the first place. Ruben finally gives up. He tells Sonny, "As of today, you're no longer part of the team." Joshua, overhearing this from outside, quietly walks away and begins practicing non-stop. Meanwhile, an investor named Peter came to visit Sonny. He revealed that the team had been on the verge of collapsing. But after Sonny's arrival, many buyers suddenly became interested in purchasing it. Peter then made Sonny a proposal. "I'll create a new team. It will belong to me, but you'll be the team principal. Together, we'll have a real shot at the next championship. Don't worry about Ruben. I'll give him some honorary title." Peter said he wanted to finalize the deal after the next race, but he also admitted something shocking. He was the one who forged the fake documents to sabotage Ruben, just so the team would fail and he could take over. The scene then shifted to the final race. Before it began, Joshua confessed to his mom that the accident had been his fault. Sonny had actually told him to wait, but he hadn't listened. Joshua then dismissed his manager, saying all the media drama was just noise. He only wanted to focus on racing. He even took his crew out jogging before the race, a habit he had picked up from Sonny. Meanwhile, Peter was preparing to seal his deal, and Ruben felt the team slipping out of his hands. But then, Sonny Hayes made his comeback. He presented a legal document showing that Ruben and the team would not be held responsible for his medical condition. Ruben brushed it off, saying, quote, "Forget that paper." But Sonny stood firm. "Even if it kills me, I'll race." Then came the good news. The team's modified cars were reinstated after the supposed documents were proven fake. Peter was shocked to see Sonny Hayes back on the track. The final race of the season began. During it, Sonny felt a jolt in his body but ignored it, staying focused. As always, his role was to slow down the leader so Joshua could move forward. Without a single tire change, Joshua climbed into P1. But soon Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc overtook him, forcing Joshua to finally pit. To help Joshua recover, Sonny blocked a Ferrari coming out of the pit lane. Soon, Joshua and Sonny were running in P3 and P4. Because other drivers still had pit stops left, Joshua jumped back into P1, but his tires were older than the rest, and Ferrari and Mercedes kept pressing him. Just as Ruben was starting to lose hope, George Russell collided with Sonny. Ruben called it a miracle. The race was red-flagged. That meant all cars could make repairs and, more importantly, Joshua and Sonny both got fresh tires. But the crash raised a question. Had Sonny caused it on purpose? After review, no penalty was given. The race restarted. Hamilton in P1, Leclerc in P2, Joshua and Sonny right behind in P3 and P4, this time on fresh tires. Sonny once again worked to push Joshua forward. Together they overtook Leclerc, leaving only Lewis Hamilton ahead. But to beat him, one of them had to make a sacrifice. Sonny chose to do it. He slowed Hamilton down, giving Joshua the lead. Hamilton fought back fiercely, overtaking Sonny and challenging Joshua for P1. In the heat of battle, Hamilton and Joshua collided and were both forced out of the race. That left Sonny in P1. And in that moment, he finally felt the peace he had been chasing all along. Flying down the track like lightning, Sonny crossed the finish line and fulfilled his dream. Everyone was overjoyed. Joshua was proud. Ruben secured 3 more years with the team. Peter's plan collapsed completely, but even after winning, Sonny refused to touch the trophy. He simply said goodbye to Kate and walked away from it all. His deal was complete, and with that, his chapter came to an end. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next video.